the Loyola Marymount Lions. Number 1, Zach Zemliak. 1A, John Leon. 2, Ford Whitman. 3, Ryan Russell. 6, Nicholas Renninger. 7, Christian Hunt. 8, Joseph Shaw. 9, Luke Chandler. 10, Alex Arithmetic. 11, David Carresco. 12, Austin Clark. 14, Jack Dunbar. The referees for today's match is Jen McCall and Peter Stopper-Beside. Now for your national anthem, Cadet Second Class, Otto Gonzalez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof throughout the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, good luck and go Falcons!
Yes, sir. And we welcome you to the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Natatorium, where the Air Force Academy Falcons will be taking on their 11th ranked national opponent in Loyola Marymount. The Lions coming in with a record of 7-8. In the Western Water Polo Association, they are 2-1. Air Force overall at 9-11, and a record of 0-1 in the WWPA. Along with my broadcast partner, Aiden Sandu. Aiden, the Falcons really left it in the pool last week. They went 32 minutes. They came up a little bit short. What do they need to turn it around? I'm not sure you have to make too many adjustments, but I think one of the big things that Coach Brown talked about was the fact they have to take advantage when they have a man advantage.
Exactly. We have a huge problem here with being able to get these ejections and get these man-up opportunities, but finishing them is very important.
LMU leads the overall series 34-28 over Air Force. They've won the last 3, and the Lions have won 2 of their last 3 matches. One of the names that we are probably going to be called is probably the toughest name that we are going to be calling is Alexandros Athemouridis. He is pretty much the key man as far as the Lions are concerned. But for the Air Force Academy Falcons, what a week for Campbell Harris, named the WWPA Player of the Week. And of course, we can't say enough about the goal play of Anthony Tolbert. I think, Aiden, looking at this game, and I was at practice on Thursday, I get the sensation that if the Falcons could put 32 minutes of play together, they can win this thing, and they might be able to win it by a goal or 2 or 3.
Exactly. We have to play the entire game. That's one of the things Coach Brown really emphasizes. No matter if you're up by 10 or down by 10, you're playing 4 quarters of a game, and you're in it till the very last second. So if we could keep in the game, I think we have a very strong chance of actually handling this game pretty easily.
All right, here's how the starting lineups will go for Air Force. In the goal will be 1A, Anthony Tolbert. Number 7, Reagan Pittman, who leads the nation in assists. Number 8, Sam Fuller. Number 8, Luke Andres. Number 12, Mike Miller, who is the nation's leader in sprints. He's won 87% of them. Number 17, Gavin Jones. And number 21, Campbell Harris. For Loyola Marymount, in goal, John Lean. Number 8, Joseph Shaw. Number 10, Alexandros Athemouridis. Number 11, David Carrasco. Number 12, Austin Clark. Number 7, Johnny Rimlinger. And number 12, Daniel Roth. The Lions are coached by John Loughran, and their assistant coach is Ikaika Aki. The Air Force Academy coaching staff, we mentioned Ryan Brown, the assistants, Alan Huckins, and Rich McGee. So here we go with Western Water Polo Association play. As we take a look at the Falcons are in the water. Had a chance to talk with Mike Miller this week about how he has been so effective in winning the sprints. And the simple part is he anticipates when the ball is going to be dropped. Here they come to the center of the pool. Ball is in the water, and the Cheetah gets it again.
Michael Miller with the first win of the day.
Here's Gavin Jones working towards the goal. Kind of playing a loose defense, it appears, on the outgoing of the Lions. Don't seem to be playing on the man too terribly tight. Now they increase the pressure. Here's Sam Fuller working out to the right side. Pittenger gets a touch. I have to guess that Reagan Pittman, as their first goal of the match, has scored.
Gavin Jones with a strong drive on that one, getting up big for the ball. Good job on him for staying on his legs here and finishing strong.
Gavin Jones gets the Falcons off to a strong start as here we go. You hear the flyover here in the natatorium. That is something I think that was added last week for the game, game with UC Davis, and you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Get our first chance to see what the offense of the Lions could do. A double team, and that forces a high shot over the goal. Falcon ball.
Outlet over to Reagan Pittman here.
Reagan will throw it across the pool, a little bit too tall, but flagging it down on the left side. That'll be Andres. He's getting a little bit of pressure. Over to Mike Miller. Mike trying to feed across, and now it's picked off, and it'll be a turnover as the Lions get the intercept. And that was Alexandros Athemouridis who made the steal. Here's a shot.
And a block by Anthony Tolbert. We're going to get a corner throw, it looks like, over here, over on the 2-meter line.
Take a look at Tolbert and the hands he gets here as they get the corner effort. Skip shot knocked away. And we've talked about how difficult that is to defend because you just never know about the trajectory of the ball, do you, Aiden?
Not really. It's never 100%.
Going for the equalizer, and they throw wide right.
Shot just wide of the cage, Air Force ball.
It's going to be the Air Force ball. Loyola Marymount has had 3 looks at the goal. However, the Falcons lead it by the score of 1-0. Here's Reagan Pittman working off to the right side. Mike Miller. Pittman trying to go down low now, but he's almost sandwiched between two defenders and a slot on the score. Campbell Harris with his first goal of the match, and he has now extended his streak to 7. He's now scored in 7 consecutive games.
On that shot, you could see Campbell Harris really trying to get that shot off quick because he knew that the defense was coming back for a crash. Good job on him for that strong finish as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Double team, that opened it up for Campbell. And he executed very quickly. Almost a steal here by Gavin Jones. I think one of the things we've talked about at practice on Thursday, if you can frustrate this team, they have good individual talent. The question is, can they play as a team when they get down? They've won 2 out of 3.
Wide shot.
Well, you've got to believe, Aiden, with the way that Loyola Marymount is starting, if the Falcons can just keep the pressure on and just pepper that net with goals, they have a good shot of taking a good lead and maybe frustrating this team a little bit.
Exactly. And remember, over here we're at high altitude, so anything later in the game, this Loyola Marymount team is going to be tired and just really, really angry trying to grab. And so if we can keep up this pressure, we have a good chance of getting a couple of them kicked out or into foul trouble.
Trying to go to the right side as the last shot was deflected. Here is Reagan Pittman, and a bounce shot knocked away by Lean. Nice play by him, and the Lions will come on the attack. We have 5 minutes remaining in period number 1, as Lean, I think, wants to see how the offense is going to set up. Now he throws all long to the right side, but there's some pressure by Andres. Trying to get to the center, and there's a shot off the pipe, and it rebounds into the back of the goal. That should be a score. And it is 2-1 as the Lions get on the board. Sometimes you got to play those bank shots. Falcons making some substitution. Neil Reynolds checking into the game. Ian Shepard is into the match now. Jason Hires. I think Sebastian Sack is in there, and here we go with the sprint. Here's Ian Shepard, who works it around to the
over to Henry Yavitt.
Henry Yavitt also in there as we see a little bit more intensity on the defense of the Lions. And Jones flagging it down on that left side. I think he's the only starter still in the pool. There's Hires.
Clock winding down. We're going to see a shot opportunity here.
2 seconds. They're going to have to hurry. It's a little high, and the ball will go over to Loyola Marymount. Coach down below us for Loyola Marymount.
Looks like they're going to have a man-up opportunity here as Corey Tanis was ejected on the other end.
So it'll be a 6-on-5. And here is a ball. It's tapped away. Air Force, a man down, and we're going to have a foul called. And now we're going to be at full strength. That's Campbell Harris swimming into the picture. Loyola Marymount trying to go for the equalizer. Fans want that defense. Skip shot and a score.
It looks like Air Force defense kind of broke down on the ending part of that play.
So the Air Force Falcons, after scoring the first 2 goals of the match, the Lions have countered with the next 2. 2-2 is the score, 3:40 in the first. Neil Reynolds in the pool. Campbell Harris in the pool as Coach Ryan Brown doing a little mix and match. Jen McCall and Coach Ryan Brown, Jen McCall, one of the referees today, having a little bit of a chat. Brent Snyder also in. Gavin Jones will Throw off to the right side to Ian Shepard. Ian with that ball. Lions really tightening up on the D. They are really playing a tight man. Coming out to get the ball. As Jason Hires swims back, throws off to the right side. Snyder pump fake. Nothing there. Ball is knocked out of his hands. He gets it back. He's right inside and knocked away and right into the hands of John Lean. And a turnover as the Lions have an opportunity to take the lead. Blazo Mitrovic throws across the pool. Mitrovic, who did not start, tries to underhand it, knocked away by Air Force, and there's a go-ahead shot and a score. That is number 22, Daniel Roth, who puts the Lions up by the score of 3-2. Loyola Marymount has scored the last 3 goals, have a 3-goal run on Air Force right now. Henry Yevitt. Along with Ian Shepard. And the Falcons will come on the attack once again. Trying to snap this 3-goal run by Loyola Marymount. Nice move underneath, trying to underhand the ball to the left side. Boy, I'll tell you what, play down low, Aiden. It looks like it's getting a little intense down there.
It does, and a good fuel block by the Lions there on Campbell Harris's shot. It looks like Loyola Marymount is really trying to pick up the pressure here in the early parts of the game, and it really is working for them.
So far, so good. They've got an opening on that right side, but Air Force's defense was kind of cutting off that right corner. Ball is knocked away. We're going to have, I think, a foul. Of course, you get a foul of it almost the minute the ball is dropped in this sport. Here's a feed down low. Air Force with a steal and a good one.
16, Jason Hires, Air Force ball.
Jason Hires with a nice steal, and here come the Falcons up the pool. The man who just got the steal gets the ball. Throws it off to the right side. Neil Reynolds with almost a man-to-man, tries a soft lob.
And a penalty called. It was a good look for Neil Reynolds on that one, trying to feed Campbell Harris on the inside, on the weak side of the goal. And looks like the defense was too heavy on his back, and we're going to get a penalty shot here.
And judging by who's cradling the ball, it looks like it is going to be Campbell Harris. And we're tied.
And it's a goal!
Campbell Harris with his second goal of the match. We're tied at 3, a minute 40 left to play. And it looks like the starting unit is going to be coming back in. Fuller, Pittman, Andrus, Mike Miller.
It looks like Corey Tanis is the only change up to that starting lineup. Campbell Harris worked hard, and so he's going to get a break here.
Here's Pittman. And we will have an exclusion called on Pittman as he was draped over Daniel Roth.
I think the exclusion was on Fuller, Sam.
Okay. So, Falcons find themselves a man down. Loyola Marymount trying to go ahead once again. They've had the lead, as has Air Force. Here's a shot. Nice block again.
Another great block by Anthony Tolbert. Air Force ball.
Got that right hand, as you're going to see on the replay here. Good effort by Tolbert in the pipes. And the Falcons get the ball and trying to go back ahead with 49 seconds left to go. Another turnover to Loyola Marymount. Lions have the ball in the backside of the pool. Up ahead on that strong side. Looks like Andrus will chase him over there. There's a shot, and it's in the left corner of the goal. Lions with a score and the lead 4-3.
Let's make some noise for the last possession of the first quarter.
Daniel Roth, I think, will get credited.
30 seconds left in this quarter. We're going to see Air Force try to take this last shot opportunity.
Waiting for that whistle to blow as Jen McCall begins play. Sam Fuller on the right side, trying to motor into position. Reagan Pittman goes to Air Force with a tap-in. Great feed.
That's Reagan Pittman for you right there with another assist to Luke Andres on that opposite side.
And you know, Aiden, they didn't take any time. The minute that Reagan got the ball, feed it out to Andres, and he was able to finish the play.
That's something Coach Brown's really been trying to have us work on, is recognizing when a player is going to be open and actually anticipating the pass so you're not too late on that pass and the defense can't recover.
He comes into today's game, does Reagan Pittman, with 47 assists. That leads the nation. Make it 48 now, and probably Air Force again, as Gavin Jones trying to make life miserable for one of the Lions. 4 seconds left to go. I don't think we're going to get a shot off as a desperation heave, a turn and a fire by number 7 Reagan Pittman is stopped by Lee. And at the end of one, it's tied at 4. You're watching Air Force water polo. Starting the second quarter, and now the Air Force water polo team has got some additional, leverage your fan support as members of the women's swim team have joined them down below. The women will have an event later on today, but the women's swim team is in attendance, and Aiden, that's got to help the team. Anytime you have support from your fellow wing members.
Exactly. They're helping us keep our spirits up, especially when we have those long runs by Loyola that we saw in this first quarter.
Your evaluation of what you saw in the first.
First quarter, we saw that Air Force came out strong, but let Loyola kind of battle back and go on that scoring streak that allowed them to tie the game up. So this quarter, I'm going to assume that we're going to see better defense by the Air Force that will eventually lead to better offensive opportunities.
Make some noise for Michael Miller with his second win of the day.
Miller with another win on the sprint. And I'll tell you what, I was watching him from the minute they blow the whistle to the minute they touch the ball, and he was flying. Anticipation, he also talked a little bit about hip movement and everything like that, which probably went way over my head, definitely did, but basically it's anticipation.
Yeah.
Here is Gavin Jones going off to the right side, almost 7 seconds left to go. Here's the steal, almost stolen right back, a blow to the head to Pittman. And no call.
And an offensive called on Loyola here, and Air Force is going to recover it.
I think a ephemeridis was called on that, and Air Force will get it. Here is Sam Fuller, right side to Pittman. Leads the team in scoring. Miller tries a shot.
And a tip by the goalkeeper, so Air Force will recover it once again.
Lean knocks it away. Should be a corner shot coming. Pittman will put it into play to Sam Fuller, working it across the pool. Gavin Jones to Mike Miller. A lot of time on the shot clock. Don't have to hurry. Sam Fuller fires and he scores, and the Falcons go on top 5-4. Another skip shot goes in. And if you guessed that the assist was by Pittman, you would be right. Man, we've got all sorts of aircraft buzzing around here at the natatorium, don't we?
Keeping it new, I guess, this time.
You gotta love it. I'm waiting for the stealth bomber to show up.
Number 7, Reagan Pittman steals it.
I'll tell you, Reagan Pittman having himself a day, an assist, a goal. He is doing the dirty work out there with the steal. Out the head they go to Sam Fuller. Sam now getting a little bit of pressure. Whistle. And we have Reagan Pittman on the attack. Lions really playing tight. There's a reach in, but might have gotten a reach in foul.
It looks like an exclusion is going to be called, so we'll see Air Force try to convert a 6-on-5 opportunity here.
They've got to do it. They've got to do it, Aiden. I think you and I have talked about that for the last couple of weeks. They have got to take advantage. Here's an opportunity.
And Campbell Harris. Here you see Campbell coming over from the opposite post. Good recognition by Mike Miller on that one to go straight to Campbell.
Campbell with 3 on the day. Luke Andres into the pool. Neil Reynolds will come in.
With this 2-goal lead by Air Force, we're going to have to see strong defense to stop another Loyola run like we saw in the first quarter. So.
And you're right, Air Force had a 2-goal lead, and then the Lions came back with 2 of their own to tie it up. So let's see if the defense will tighten up. I want to talk about something that you and I talked about prior to the game. All right, yesterday you did have a workout on Friday. What was the emphasis?
On Friday, we really worked out on timeout plays and one-on-one shot opportunities. So working the top line from a drop, like the defense we've been seeing with Loyola, just to get those outside shot opportunities and not having to rely on Campbell Harris so much.
A block by Tobert, tipped down right into the hands of one of the Lions who scores.
A little bit of a garbage goal on that one. A big block by Anthony, and he tried to push it out to stop the rebound from happening. And it looks like it went straight to Loyola for a nice goal on that one.
And that was by Joseph Shaw, who gives the Lions the point. And it's now 6-5. Ian Shepard now in possession of the ball as they swim out to the right side. Neil Reynolds. Offensive foul, and now they've got a fast break. Loyola Marymount may have a one-on-one. Lions may get a one-on-one opportunity. They do, and they try to feed it to the center. Knocked away.
Anthony Tolbert.
Boy, that was a moment which you might have held your breath if you're a Falcon fan. It looked like they had a possible one-on-one, but great defense again. Last 2 weeks, Air Force D, this one off the side of the pipe. Another fast break opportunity. They've got a 2-on-1 right now.
You could see Air Force rushing back to stop this opportunity. We'll see what happens here.
And he's going to try and get close. That was almost a gift. That was almost a gift. Pair of sixes on the board. Fast break equals a goal. Well, when you get a 2-on-1, who do you cover? I mean, if you go out to get one, he could pass off to the other. That's just kind of like being in no man's land, Aiden.
Exactly.
So we're tied at 6. 4:40 left to play before the intermission. Shaping up to be another defensive battle. Air Force Falcons, and with support from the women's swim team down below us here. Got a shot of them a little bit late, a little bit earlier. Young ladies, I think, will have a meet later on this afternoon. We got a full slate of activity here at the Academy. In addition to water polo, we've got volleyballs, some hockey tonight. We will be busy. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Ian Shepard has the ball taken away. Up ahead to number 23, that's Blazo Mitrovic. Mitrovic trying to work things around. Air Force packing it down low a little bit on the D. Here's a shot right to Anthony Tolbert.
By the big goal, Anthony Tolbert!
Anthony Tolbert, who has 4 victories on the year for the Air Force Academy Falcons. Coming into this game, he also had 137 save, which is the 4th best in the Western Water Polo Association. Got a few more today to add to that total. Pair of sixes up. Turnover goes to the LMU Lions. And I think for those of us that remember Loyola Marymount from their basketball days, boy, did they have one of the greatest shows in the country. Talk more about that later. Turnover.
Offensive foul, Air Force ball.
Loyola Marymount at one time maybe had one of the wildest, high-flying basketball teams. They love to score.
Looks like a double exclusion was called over here on Neil Reynolds and number 10 from LMU.
That would
Which
have
makes
been
it Air Force 5-on-5.
ephemeritis. So we got a 5-on-5. Good eyes, Aiden. Ephemeritis is out. That may help Air Force. Well, let's see what we do with the 5-on-5.
That guy might have faked his a little bit.
2:57 before the intermission. 6-6 is our score. Jeffrey Orman, Aiden Sandu with you at the Cadet Auditorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. Air Force trying to go ahead once again. It's been a wild match, folks. Falcons really need to get a victory so they can maybe get back in contention in the Western Water Polo Association. They go on the road next week. Unfriendly territory for the next 2 games. Love to get one here at home. Falcons dropping back on D. 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock. You can hear the goalie calling it out. That ball hit the top of the pipe. Tolbert will pick it up.
Looks like there was a field block deflection and Anthony Tolbert just barely getting his offhand out there to save the ball.
Great effort. Again, we talk about defense, and you'll probably hear that word coming from us most of the match. Trying to skip it down low, but there is a foul called.
And Air Force timeout over here as we have a exclusion called on LMU, so Air Force will have a 6-on-5 opportunity.
1 minute and 54 seconds before the intermission. We do have a timeout, I do believe. Did we get a timeout called? We'll take one as we are tied at 6. You're watching Air Force Water Polo.
It looks like it was only a 30-second timeout, so we're going to get right back into it.
Below you see members of the women's swim team, the cadet wing in support. Looks like the first unit is coming back in.
Yes, it does indeed look like that.
See all the familiar faces out there.
Let's make some noise for Air Force 6 on 5.
This is a big opportunity for Air Force here going into the second half. If we could get a one-goal lead compared to starting it tied off, we could potentially crush the spirit of LMU here.
Mike Miller having a look. To Andres, to Pittman. Sam Fuller with a touch. Trying to see what there's a skip shot to score.
That's Luke Andres with a shot from up top, giving Air Force the one-goal lead here.
Give it to Luke Andres with a score, gives the Falcons a 7-6 lead. While we have a moment, let's send a special shout out to those of you that might be watching our broadcast in Los Angeles, supporters of Loyola Marymount. But of course our biggest shout out goes to the friends, the family, and especially the parents of these Air Force Academy Falcons. I'll tell you what, make no mistake about it, the parents of some of these players, they're just as rowdy as the wing, and you gotta love it.
Exactly. We're gonna see looks like Loyola capitalized off of a 6-on-5 opportunity just now.
So we're tied at 7.
Coach Brown having words with the referee over that play. Pretty upset about it.
Good thing we don't have him mic'd, huh? I mean, oh, he's not that bad, is he? I mean, I got no response there. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here's Sam Fuller. Off to Pittman. Marymount coming out to greet him. Loss of the ball. Air Force gets it back. Mike Miller. Fans are yelling, shoot it. Got to get the look. Pittman. Looks like an exclusion. Oh, and that brought the head coach of Loyola Marymount off the bench. I think both coaches have been working the officials a little bit, Aiden. I don't think John Loughran was real happy, but now the Falcons have a 6-on-5, got to capitalize. They've done it before, need to do it again. Pittman trying to set up, trying to get to the center. Here's a shot inside. I think they tried to dump it down low to Campbell Harris, couldn't quite get it done. 23 seconds left to go in regulation, in the first half. Tied at 7. Here's a feed up to the left side of the pool. Trying to center it. Marymount, I think, wants to throw it over the net. Hits the top of the pipe. Scramble for it. Tolbert has it. Air Force ball. Long shot. Knocked away by Lean. And we will go into halftime tied at 7.
And then in the first half, score is
7-7 is the score as we go to intermission. We'll have more second half action in what is turning out to be a good one. You're watching Air Force Water Polo.
Looks like that's the volleyball team over there as well.
I think they're here too. Yep, volleyball and swimming combining. Okay. Getting ready for third quarter action. Here we go with the sprint. You know who's going to get this one. Yep, right on cue.
Easily for Mike Miller on that one.
Absolutely. And it's going to be the same starting five that started the match. We are tied at 7.
I can only imagine at halftime, Coach Brown had some words about the Air Force offense being a little stagnant and not enough movement going on. So I imagine we're going to see a lot more movement on the offensive end and the players being a little bit more aggressive as they try to attack the cage.
Campbell Harris has got 3 goals to lead the Air Force scoring.
And a block by Anthony Tolbert.
And Blazo Mitrovic also has 3 goals to lead the Lions in the scoring department. So here we go with second half action here at the Cadet Natatorium. 2 weeks from now, we will have a very special doubleheader for you, and we'll tell you more about that as time permits.
Shot clock winding down over here.
6 seconds. Falcons got to make something happen. Ball is taken away by Loyola Marymount. We're tied at 7 here in the second half of play. 6:58 left to go in the third quarter. Mike Miller.
Offensive called in the center over there on number 10, so Air Force will recover the ball and go back the other direction. Reagan Pittman with the ball here. You're going to see him attack the cage.
Pittman might have a look. He's got a shot. He scores.
As you can see, Reagan Pittman not only can get those assists, but he can finish when he needs to as well.
Gets the first goal of the second half for the Falcons. Gonna have a substitution in as number 5 Corey Tanis checks into the pool, and Campbell Harris will get a breather. Gavin Jones coming out with a little defense. And as you say, Aiden, I'm sure Coach Brown is saying you got to get some offense here. Here's a takeaway by Tolbert.
It looks like an ejection was called on number 17, Gavin Jones, so 6-on-5 opportunity here.
Well, it means more work for Anthony Tolbert in the cage and for the rest of the Falcons playing D. Trying to get that equalizer here. Knocked
And
away
a steal by
great
Mike
steal.
Miller.
Oh, that was
Great job on him on that one, staying in that passing lane and just jumping for the ball.
Watch the play here. One-handed this one. Can he go on the other end? Can he go coast to coast on this one? Mike Miller throws it off to
Crossing
the right
it over to Reagan Pittman on the other side.
Pittman got the
Feed
first
into
goal.
feed into Corey Tanis. My apologies on that one. An ejection drawn by Corey Tanis.
6-on-5 now. Opportunity.
And
shot
quick
is blocked.
opportunity, but recovered.
Yep. Luke Andrus throws off to the right side. Another shot to score.
Back-to-back goals by Reagan Pittman on that one.
Reagan Pittman with the first 2 goals of the third period, as members of the cadet wing down below us are getting some Halloween candy being distributed by, I think, one of the parents. Good look at Reagan Pittman. He is number 7 in your picture there. What a day this young man is having. Aiden, I know he leads the team in scoring, he leads the nation in assists, but is he underlooked in some ways, do you think?
100%. On that 1-2 or the 4-5 side over there where the lefties play, he's really there for assists this entire season, but one of the things we've been working with him during practice is getting up and taking more shots and being more aggressive. And as we can see tonight, not only is he getting those assists that we've been seeing, but he's also scoring on that end, so good job by him.
8-7, Air Force is on top. As the 9-7, there we go. I thought about that. Here's a skip shot that should make it 9-8 as this one gets past. And that appears to be
Number 23, I believe.
That's Blazo Mitrovic, and that'll be goal number 4 for him today. Makes the score 9-8 in favor of the Falcons. Another defensive battle.
Last game against UC Davis, we saw a lot of goal for goal. This time it seems that we're going every 2 goals for 2 goals. So you best believe that Coach Brown is trying to work our Air Force defense to stop that from happening.
Pittman. Defense being
Into Corey Tanis.
And there's a skip shot. Did it go?
Just barely slipped by the goalkeeper, but didn't quite make it all the way into the goal.
All right, so hold the score at 9-8. Up the pool come the Lions. This is David Carrasco. Mike Miller dropping off on defense. Carrasco may want to try one. Nope, he's going to dish off. This is to Austin Clark. Clark gets it back. 5 seconds left to go. They're going to try a soft lob. Hits the side of the pipe. Tolbert will get it. Falcons with the ball. Long.
Down the pool to Reagan Pittman.
Pittman will still have possession. Falcons with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Into Corey Tanis. Penalty drawn by Corey Tanis. We've seen that a lot this season. Corey Tanis working hard in that center position and getting these opportunities for Air Force. So looks like we're going to have Mike Miller take this penalty.
Air Force is 1 for 1 on penalty shots. Campbell Harris got 1 of them. Michael Miller will try to go 2 for 2. Waiting for the whistle. And they do.
And number 12, Mike Miller scores it. Give it up for Michael Miller.
Air Force is going to retain this 2-goal lead as we get some substitutions coming in. Looks like Campbell Harris is coming back in. Jason Hires. Who else? Neil Reynolds, Henry Yavitt, Ian Shepard. And Sebastian Sock coming in as well.
Yep, Sebastian Sock back in the game. So, a 2-goal lead. That brings in the second unit. You know, in this particular sport, and especially I would think, Aiden, with this team, yeah, you got your starting 6, but they play so much, and they're so interchangeable as a skip shot goes in for a score.
That one's really tough for a goalkeeper to block, going from one post all the way over to the other one for a quick shot. Good job by the Lions on that one.
10-9 is the score. Falcons still have the lead. Campbell Harris back in as the first and second units are intermingling. I think Campbell is the only, well, shall we say, starter that's out there with the second unit. But we were mentioning that one of the things I think they talked about, that we talked about at the start of the season, Coach Brown saying this team has got a lot of depth and everybody gets in the water.
Exactly. Everyone on this team has a role. This second lineup that's coming in really is just a second starting lineup if you think about it. They're in there to score. They're doing the same thing as the first lineup, just while the first lineup is taking a break.
Neil Reynolds trying to go down low. Ball is knocked away. 4
Foul
seconds.
called.
They're going to have to hurry. They feed it to the center. And
Ball undercalled, so going the other direction. Coach Brown upset about that call.
yeah, he
And
will be.
yellow card being given to him.
Oh, boy. Well, we saw that borderline last week, and now this time he's got a yellow card.
Not really sure what was going on that one, but Air Force recovers the ball.
One of the things we talked about just prior to the game, Aiden, you and I talked about it. I think Coach Brown was also talking about it. They've got great individual talent, talking about LMU, but if they get pressured, does the team concept go away and every man for himself?
You could start to see that, especially towards the end of this game, as they start to get tired and they start to get kind of mad at each other because they have to, again, work as a team to try to cover up some mistakes from other players. And if they're going to continue doing that, you can see this team aspect start to break down.
John Lean with a very, very good effort. Trying for the equalizer now is Loyola Marymount. They shoot, they score. Is it going to count? It's an offensive foul, no goal. Hold it at 10-9. Boy, there was a break.
Looks like a little bit of a bailout by the referees on that one, but no matter what, we're going the other direction.
Falcons in possession of the ball, coming on the attack, working the strong side of the pool. They may have a look here, knocked away by Lean. This guy is having a good game inside the cage. Well, I'll tell you, Air Force has faced a couple of goalies this last couple of weeks, trying for the fast break. Down to number 11, David Carrasco, getting some pressure, tries to flip it back, but the ball gets away. Who's got it? I think the Lions still maintain possession. In 14 seconds, a shot, and there's your equalizer. Blazo Mitrovic, I think, got that one, and it is now a 10-10 ball game.
A little bit of a scramble for the Air Force defense on that one as they try to recover back. And after a prolonged possession there, the Lions will get the score.
And that is going to bring in Pittman, Luke Andres.
Just about the starting lineup coming back in. And we'll see Corey Tanis coming in for Campbell Harris.
Now they've been posting him kind of down low, Aiden. Is that an unusual position for Corey to play?
Not at all. That's what he's been training during practice, staying down low. Same position as Campbell Harris.
Triple team coverage now, double team. Oh, they're all over the ball. And ball is going to go over to Air Force. Whistle was blown. One official says it's Air Force's ball. I think we have that right. All right, play resumes now. Mike Miller over to Luke Andres. Mike working that left side as he's been doing most of the season.
Plenty of time on the shot clock here.
Trying to get it down low. A backhander is knocked away, and Lean comes up with it. Now the coach of Loyola Marymount is upset with something down there. Both coaches have not been happy with the...
Not at all.
Ryan Brown and...
Looks like there was a timeout called.
All right. Well, we may as well take one, too, and enjoy the debate between the coaches here.
And another yellow card, it looks like, for Coach Brown.
1:04 left to play in the third period, tied at 10. You're watching Air Force water polo. One minute, 4 seconds left to play in the third quarter, along with Aiden Sandu. I'm Jeffrey Orman. We're at the Air Force Academy Cadet Natatorium, tied at 10. Loyola Marymount in possession of the ball, moving left to right, as you see.
We've got a 6-on-5 opportunity here.
And they take advantage. And I believe that is probably going to be Athis who puts LMU on top. 11-10 now in favor of the Lions. To kind of bring you up to speed, or is that Blazo Mitrovic that might have gotten that score? I don't think it was. That was just a shot of Blazo Mitrovic. Ryan Brown has already drawn 2 yellow cards. Neither coach, John Lachlan of Loyola Marymount and Ryan Brown of Air Force, neither coach has been pleased with the way this game has been called. We want to clarify that. Air Force trying for the equalizer. It has been a tight match throughout. Air Force has had a 2-goal lead, and that's about the biggest lead they've had. 7 seconds left to go, trying to go down low. A backhander, no good. Turnover goes to the Lions. Andres, I think, might have tried to take that shot. You see him swimming up the pool. Number 7, this is Christian Hun. Hun firing it off. That ball was partially deflected. Might have had a field block on that.
12 seconds left in the quarter.
David Carrasco, here's 12 seconds. Good pass down the pool. Opportunity to go ahead. Right in front of the goal. Shot, a tough break as Lean gets it. 1 second left to go, and that's how we'll close out the third period. Air Force trailing 11-10 to Loyola Marymount. The final 8 minutes of regulation coming up when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. Here we go with the final 32 minutes of play. Loyola Marymount leads Air Force by the score of 11-10. Fourth quarter sprint.
I wonder who's going to win this one.
Gee, I wonder. What do you think, Aiden? Let's put some money on this one. Just give it up. Forget it.
I don't think anyone's going to put money against Mike Miller on this one.
Never. Leading the nation in sprint victories coming into today's game. That's not going to change. Sam Fuller, left side to Luke Andres. And a feed trying to tap it and a equalizer.
Strong way to start the quarter for Campbell Harris on that one with a cross pass to a quick shot.
Campbell Harris, by my count, has 4 goals. Up and down the pool they have gone today, and it has just been a battle. Last week, 10-9. It's 11-11 here.
Offensive calls.
Air Force with a chance to go ahead. Pretty much the same unit. Reagan Pittman, Sam Fuller, Luke Andrus, Mike Miller, Campbell Harris, Gavin Jones. Opportunity to go ahead, and they do!
Campbell Harris.
Campbell, 5.
A lefty on the 1-2 side. He just makes it look easy.
You think Campbell keeps track of his goals? He just went 5.
He 100% does.
Gosh, if he scores 7, what is he going to do? Put 2 hands on it. All right, so Campbell Harris gives the Falcons a 12-11 lead. That's something that Ryan Brown did talk about in the preseason, said we've got to get him to score more, and well, of course, he's got 5 today, need I say more.
Ejection called on Jason Heyer, 6-on-5 opportunity for the Lions.
And with their shot-making ability, that can't be exactly what the Falcons want, so again, the defense is called to task. Down low, knocked away, turnover goes to Air Force. Boy, if the Falcons could just make a run here, I think, Aiden, if they could just make a run, they just might be able to put themselves in, I don't want to say real comfortable position, but a little bit of breathing room wouldn't hurt.
Exactly. In reality, we got to keep playing. Even if we get that large lead and we're in a comfortable position, we can't let that sense of safety distract us from the fact that they could also go on a run.
And here we go, another deep penetration inside the goal, knocked away, and the turnover will go to Loyola Marymount.
New possession by Air Force. Michael Miller with the ball.
Possession comes back to Air Force. Andrus back to Mike. David Carrasco is defending Mike Miller right now for Loyola Marymount. 17 seconds, plenty of time. Andrus with a shot and a nice play by Lean. Almost recovered by Miller. Ball is loose. Air Force has it. A chance to get another shot off. And a shot. Batted away by Lean.
And a penalty called.
We do have one foul out for Loyola Marymount. Austin Clark is fouled out of the game as he's got 3.
And it looks like Grant Snyder's going to come over to take the penalty.
So we've had 3 different shot makers on the penalties. Air Force 2 for 2. They're looking at the ball.
It looks like another third ejection was called, so another player being fouled out for the Lions.
Grant Snyder with the penalty throw. Air Force 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 3.
Snyder with a quick goal. 13-11 Air Force.
Falcons with a 2-goal run. Pittman back in the pool.
Let's see if we can keep this 2-goal lead. We've seen in the past that these 2-goal leads quickly get closed by the Lions.
Campbell Harris saluting somebody in the crowd. Maybe the person that held up the sign saying, "I love 21."
Perhaps.
Not a lot of secrets when we go on the air, I'll tell you that right now, folks. We do have classified information, but when somebody's holding up a sign, now all bets are off, right? 13-11. Falcons with a 2-goal run. Almost had a chance there.
Blocked by Anthony Tolbert. Good job on him for staying on his legs for that lob shot.
That was a fairly easy one, I would think, or was it, Aiden?
Well, as you can see, when the ball gets entered, Anthony Tolbert has to go up with 2 hands. And staying up for that lob shot is actually quite difficult, but for him, it looks easy.
Battle for the ball.
Looks like the ball hit the landline on that one, so turnover was called.
As we mentioned, this is the 11th nationally ranked opponent that Air Force has faced. And they're 1-9. Shot in the cage, good shot, good score. Johnny Remlinger. If I'm reading that cap correctly. (13-12) now in favor of Air Force. 5:02 left to play in regulation. Falcons will try to be patient, trying to pull the trigger when they get the opportunity. Luke Andres all by himself on the left. Now they get the ball to him. He might have a look. Nope, now he's going to dish it off. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Falcons trying to work inside, knocked away by Need. Good play there, by Lean rather. Boy, Lean has been playing tough in the latter stages of the match.
The Lions are going to have an opportunity here.
This looks like Luke Chandler coming over to cut him off as Pittman, and they do, and they score again. Number 17 in your picture, Johnny Remlinger. I think he's had the last two. We're tied at 13.
Ready to go, Johnny! Timeout, Air Force.
Got a timeout called by the Falcons, tied at 13 with 4:21 left to play in the fourth quarter. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. .421 left to play in the fourth quarter, tied at 13-13. Loyola Marymount, the United States Air Force Academy, Western Water Polo Association action. Air Force with the ball. Aiden Sandu, Jeffrey Orman along with you. And Aiden, we got another battle. It has been a tough fight. Air Force trying to go ahead here. Shot way too high to the right. Turnover goes to Loyola Marymount. The ball hitting the swimmer, David Carrasco. David might have a look. He's trying to penetrate deep. Tip in and a score. It's that man, Blazo Mitrovic. Blazo Mitrovic, who's having himself a good game today. David with a nice assist. Carrasco with a nice assist to Mitrovic. And it's 14-13 Loyola. Evan Jones now bringing it up the pool for Air Force. Off to the right side. It's been one of those matches. Here comes that Loyola defense.
Offensive called. Lions will recover.
Can't give this team another run, not at this stage. 3:33.
Lions have another opportunity here.
Carrasco with a look. Instead throws to the left side. Trying to get Tolbert out of position. They hit in the corner. Mitrovic again.
A quick 2-goal lead for the Lions on this one.
Lions have run off 3 in a row. 15-13 now. And it seems like Mitrovic and Carrasco have been teaming up to get it done. Ryan Brown calling out a play, I think. Pittman back into the match. Neil Reynolds checking in. Pittman and Fuller, I think, are going to get a rest. I'm sure they'll probably be coming in for the stretch run, would be my guess, Aiden.
Outside of the swimming and the shooting.
So let's see. Falcons down by a pair. Throwing it off to the right side. Time remaining, 3:06, 15-13 is the score. Loyola Marymount leads it. Ball taken away. Tough
Campbell
right there.
Harris fumbled the ball on that one.
Yep.
It's called for an ejection. Another opportunity for Loyola here.
I think that might have been Ephemeritis who drew it. Opportunity for Loyola Marymount. They can't hold on to the ball. Still a lot of time on the shot clock. Loyola Marymount does not have to hurry. They can be patient. They've got a 2-goal lead right now.
You're going to see him here try to slow it down.
There's Carrasco, right side. Mitrovic with a shot, nothing doing there. We're going to have Air Force in possession of the ball. 15-13 is the score in favor of Loyola Marymount. Gavin Jones bringing it up the pool now for the Falcons. And a steal.
Almost a steal.
Okay, I thought they might have had that one.
Air Force looks like they're getting a little sloppy, starting to lose focus. But we have a 6-on-5 opportunity here. We'll see what we can do with it.
There's Andres. Fans trying to...
Timeout called by Coach Brown.
And it comes with 2:05 left to play in regulation. Loyola Marymount leads at 15-13. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. .205 left to go as Coach Brown calling a timeout. Falcons down by 2, 15-13. Aiden, what is the strategy now?
Right now we're going to focus on offense a little bit more than defense, and that's really what we need to win this game.
Being down by 2, Luke Andres. Falcons, I think, trying to hurry with 9 seconds. They still have 9 seconds to shoot. Andres, they may have to get one off now, and this one is blocked. A tip try, and that won't go. And so Marymount will get the ball. 139.
We're going to see Air Force try to get a steal here, or at least try to get the ball back as quick as possible.
Lazo Mitrovic floats it up the pool. No real hurry for the Lions. They just don't want to get too terribly careless. Here's a fast break inside, trying to cherry pick a little bit. Trying to fire it across, and turnover will go to the Falcons. 1:16 left to go, 15-13 Loyola Marymount. Quick, fast, and in a hurry might be the mantra here. Falcons have got to get some firepower, and they're going to have to do it quickly. Ball is knocked away. Andres has it. He'll come right back to Air Force on the foul. Evan fires, and it's knocked away by Lean. You got to give this guy some credit for making some stops in there. Gavin Jones attempting it. Mitrovic, Mike Miller on him. 51 ticks of the clock. Air Force in danger of losing their second consecutive match, and more importantly, going 0-2 in the Western Water Polo Association. But make no mistake about it, folks, they have been tough, tough matches. They've got 6 seconds left to go. I don't think they're going to be in any hurry, and Carrasco will just give it up. 23 seconds. Need to have something happen very, very quickly. Mike Miller trying to center it to Andres. Lions want to go. Luke Andres cuts it to 1.
15 seconds left to play.
A steal and a shot. I think Ryan Brown, does he want to call a timeout? Nope, he says everybody up front. 15 ticks of the clock. Have a little stoppage of play as the Loyola coach has a word. John Loughlin. Might be just a strategy session here.
Looks like he's calling a timeout to try to spread his players out.
Time for a miracle if Air Force has got one. Well, if they could get a steal and a shot, that would be very exciting.
Looks like they're a little upset with what's going on.
Ball goes into Loyola Marymount, and all they have to do is let the air out in the last 15 seconds. Jen McCall, one of the officials, says, bring it up the pool. They'll just keep it in the backside of the pool right now. 10 seconds to go. Here's a high pass. It hit the side of the pool. I think the fans want a turnover, and there's going to be the capital right there. Don't think the fans like that one at all.
Coach Brown having some words with the referees once again.
Well, did the ball hit the side of the pool over there? That's a turnover, is that correct?
It should be, but doesn't look like anyone noticed it, or maybe it didn't actually get out.
Ryan Brown and Jen McCall getting to know each other a little bit better, and that's going to be the match. 16-14, Loyola Marymount wins it. Marymount has now won 3 of their last 4. They are playing some very good water polo. And we're going to take a look at, I think, this last play. Did it hit the side of the pool? Let's see. It's off the hands.
It looks like it hit the side, but didn't quite go over the top.
All right, well, the call will stand. The match will end in favor of Loyola Marymount. They win the match today 16-14. And for the Falcons, they now drop to 9-12, and more importantly, 0-2 in Western Water Polo Association action.
Just go wide in the middle. Just go wide in the middle. Just give me a wide. Yeah.
And Coach Brown's signaling, I think it's going to, he might be taking a little bit of a delay. He might even be sending a player up. I'm not sure which. But anyway, we'll take a break here for my broadcast partner, Aiden Sandu. Back with our post-game show when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. Another tough day for the Air Force Academy Falcons as they fall to Loyola Marymount today by the score of 16-14. Ryan Brown, the head coach of the Air Force Academy Falcons, is with us. And Ryan, last week a one-goal loss, a tough battle again today.
Yeah, we were in it. That's the most important thing. We made some errors via the scouting report, so that's on us. And then, we gave up, 3 counter goals in the fourth quarter there. That's not going to get it done.
All right, and you mentioned on the scouting report, suddenly Mitrovic seemed to be coming into play. 23 seemed to be coming into play in the latter stages of the game.
Yeah, he played great. He's a great shooter, great player. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. We didn't take care of our business. So, good on him for putting those shots away. He's a great player, great shooter. But we gotta be able to knock him down.
Reagan Pittman, I thought he had a very strong game today. Coach, is he kind of the unsung hero of this team? Does he get overlooked, do you think?
Sometimes, yes. When he attacks and he's aggressive like he was today, then I would say that he gets overlooked. When he doesn't attack, then he doesn't get overlooked. But yes, we need him to attack more, as well as make assists. Sometimes I think he gets in the assist mode a little too much. So today it was nice to see him attack, shoot some shots. It definitely opens up the rest of our game.
All right. What did you say to the team at the end of the match? And now you're going into unfriendly territory next weekend.
Yeah, we're on the road next weekend. San Diego, it's going to be another tough game. Top team in our conference, just like Davis and LMU are. So it's going to be another tough battle. It's going to be a 32-minute game. Now we get to play in somebody else's home. So we'll see how we react to that. We got to get ready. Same thing. We got to learn from our mistakes, and we just got to keep getting better because we're right there.
All right, Coach. Thank you for stopping by. All the best. Good luck next weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This time it will be in unfriendly waters, and of course, 2 weeks from now, the Air Force Academy water polo team will be taking on. We'll have a special doubleheader for you as they take on the Black Knights of Army. And even though it is considered a quote exhibition game, we all know it's going to be anything but. So we will take a final break and get ready for, I guess everybody's going to be running to various venues after this. You're watching the final score today. Loyola Marymount defeats Air Force 16-14. This is Air Force Water Polo.